Hello dear chess friends, welcome to our new video. Let's see game number 11 from World Championship match held in Dubai between Jan Nepomniachtchi as a challenger and Magnus Carlsen as reigning world champion. Jan Nepomniachtchi would lead white pieces, and current result after 10 games is 6.5 to 3.5 in Magnus' favor. So Jan must win 3 out of 4 remaining games in order to equalize the match. And he tried to do something with white, but let's see what happened. e4, e5, Magnus answers with e5. So players were persistent. We see either fianchetting white square bishop with some Catalan formation or some Russian or maybe Ruy Lopez. This time knight c4 and knight c6 and bishop c4 was played. Knight f6, maybe with idea to confuse white and avoiding Gioco Piano, avoiding Italian game. d3 was played by Jan and bishop c5, c3. Game gets some formation similar to Ruy Lopez, but bishop is on c4, not on a4. Never mind, let's go. a5. Well, idea is to make space for bishop on a7 and to prevent b4. Rook e1, bishop a7, and knight a3. Maybe that is a bit strange. Knight doesn't use the normal route, knight d2, knight f1, as you already know, and knight e3 or knight g3, but knight a3, h6, rarely played line for white, knight c2, and now castling, bishop e3. We see that was white intention. After black takes, knight takes, but still there is nothing white can do because black simply neutralizes now white bishop. a4, bishop e6, taking. It may look strange to have rook on e6, but okay, black after queen b3, b6 keeps everything stable. Maybe I should try something with knight d5, and if black takes, that would cost him a piece. So after knight d5, to put some pressure with that knight and to prevent and to prepare d4 in some good moment. Maybe after taking on f6, who knows. White played rook ad1, preparing d4, knight e7. Black transfers knight to g6, h3, knight e7, knight h2, and after rook d8 we see that both players finished development. White decided to trade knights with placing it on g4, but after taking he decided a bit strange to take with a pawn. But that is all okay, not mistake, still available for any player. So d5, black first strikes in the center, and we see that Jan's strategy simply failed. He cannot play that for a win. But can he hold the position? d4, that's risky position arose in the game. White decided to complicate, but still everything is balanced. He takes. That is a bit strange. Rook d4 is better accordingly to Egin, and after black takes, white takes, black takes, maybe rook d1. Let's see, queen e8, taking, and after queen c4, looks like white will retain material with stable position and with equality. But in our game, white played d4, e takes, and rook e4. Queen c2 was played, and black played rook f4. And that is important moment in that game. Instead of playing normally, rook d4, c takes, knight d5, queen d5, queen c7, queen d4, which would lead to drawish endgame. White decided to go for wild g3. Maybe he wanted to calculate, to complicate for any price, but I think he didn't calculate that at all, or definitely he didn't calculate that well. Just taking, amazing move performed by Magnus, and after taking there is queen g4. Now white loses so many pawns and game is practically over. King f1, queen h3, this, and now instead of ef2, which would lead the game, black planned to play knight f5 with idea knight h4 threatening two mates with knight f3 or queen g2. What to do as white? d6. He hopes after knight h4 to play f takes e. Now, as you can see, both mates are prevented, but after queen g3, king f1, knight f3, black threatens to take the knight, to take the rook with the knight and to deliver check queen g1 with queen g2, for instance, which can be fatal. For instance, I want to say that would lead to mate after this and queen g2. What to do as white? Queen f2 was played, but now queen h3, this, and black just takes queen back, takes rook, and takes the pawn. King f3, so black is pawn up, but the problem for white is black is able to create two connected passed pawns on the king side, which will be, of course, fatal for white. Rook d2, rook b1, white aims for counterplay with b4, but black takes, white takes with rook, and rook a2. Now white rook is not active, because if rook c4, okay, there will be just c5. Ultimately, good move with definitely passive white rook. King e4 with idea to go with active king for something, but there is nothing. King d5, white is just too slow. Now rook c2, rook b3, and h4. King c6, h3, taking, h2, rook b1, rook c3, black takes many pawns, and rook b3, maybe the simplest and the most beautiful way to win the game, just deflection, and h1 queen. After a5, no, white cannot hold it. Queen e4, centralizing the pieces after any storm has gone. Black centralizes the queen, and now queen e7, king g7, avoiding some tricks. If black plays f6 with idea to play g5, there will be rook b8 with rook b7. So black wants first to escape with a king, probably. After rook b6, there is queen c5 attacking two pawns, and in that moment, Jan decided to resign. Game is ended with Magnus win, and result after that game is 7.5 against 3.5. Brutal domination of Magnus. Everything collapsed for Jan after he lost game number 6 with going for wrongly exploiting his initiative in that game. So that was end of that remarkable match. Remarkable for Magnus. I think definitely level of performed play definitely was not on World Championship level, so we simply wait for some new match which will be held probably next year, of course, to see more fire and a lot of better moves. See you soon with new games, with new videos. That would be all. Thanks again. Bye bye.